My god. It has been over a month since I last logged into this world, and it feels absolutely great to be back. However, it is only temporary. For those of you who missed my community post, I am actually in the process of moving, and as such, it's been very busy IRL for me. The move itself will be in August, but with all the little details that have to be worked out, the packing and planning everything, it's just been exhausting, and I haven't had time to actually sit down and record. But I finally had a little bit of time today, and I wanted to hopefully knock out a video. So it will be a bit on the short side, but let's just jump into it. Keeping in mind the limited time we have available for today's episode, I kept the list relatively short of stuff I'd like to get done. And as you can see here, it's only a couple items. To get things started, we are going to get onto our triple farm. And what kind of farm is that, you ask? Well, it is going to be this one here. Very simple, but essential. Cobble, gravel, and sand farm. I know what you may be thinking. Those are some pretty basic resources for this far into the series. And you're right. But as it stands currently, I don't have these things being produced right now. Yes, technically I do have cobblestone coming out for our iron farm, but that is specifically dedicated for the iron farm. If I were to start pinching cobble off of this, it would slow down the rates on this a little bit, which probably wouldn't be the worst thing, but I designed this farm already, so why not use it? Now, the primary output of this farm that I need is actually going to be the gravel, because we are going to be using an absolute ton of it in this world for our train network once we get started on that. We're going to have pretty much all of our tracks paved with gravel and maybe a little bit of cobblestone as well, and we will be needing tens or hundreds of thousands of gravel for that. So we need to get this going and start building up a bit of a backlog on it so we can use it when we start laying down tracks. For the moment, we need to get this built, and I'm thinking this needs to go back by a block, so let's do that real quick. There we go, much better. And so now what we gotta do is build up the actual mechanism of the farm. So really all this is gonna be is a couple of cobblestone generators inside the mountain here, belted out onto a massive crushing wheel machine that is gonna drop them down and load them into a storage thing. Alright, quick peek here at progress so far. As you can see, it is coming together. Now, I will admit, it took a little bit longer to get to this point than I thought it would, because it was a little difficult to get this shape together. You know, taking a couple of weeks off of Minecraft kind of makes you forget how certain things go together. But, as you can see, it is looking nice and industrial. Got a little light up front, got 6 crushing wheels inside, so it'll actually tear through all that cobblestone we're going to be pumping into it. And out the back here, I like how these cogs came together. It makes it feel very beefy and industrial. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. We still got to get the belt down here to collect the resources and then actually build up the cobble gen inside to power this thing. So let's go ahead and knock that out. So as you can see, we added in our collection system down below. The items will drop out onto this belt and then get picked up by all these funnels and go into the drawers. Not a big fan how the drawers look. It kind of takes away from the aesthetic a little bit, but I didn't feel like trying to figure out any more discreet way of hiding these. And yeah, so it'll do for now. Got some nice cogs down here. I like the way it looks like some industrial machinery powering this thing. Got a support post for our belt up there, so now it doesn't look like it's just floating in nothingness. And it's all pumping out of the mountain. I have yet to finish the actual interior, where it's going to be producing all the cobblestone, but we will be coming back to that, as at the moment, I think it's time we go on to one of our other objectives here. Specifically, the Ars Hills one. If we take a look at our map, you can see I already left down a marker. So if we go ahead and fly over here, I'll show you what I'm on about. Alright, buried in the trees here, apparently next to a village, we have this little structure, if I can get a good look at it. So this here is a tree stump type deal that is generated by Ars Nouveau. And inside there are a handful of enemies, as well as some goodies that we're going to need to progress the mod. Ooh, there's a lot of them in there too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, I haven't done this in a minute, so my ability to fight these guys might be a bit limited, so... Ooh. Yep, there we go. Alright, we're looking alright, Oh dear. Okay, they don't actually hit that hard. My armor is absorbing it, but my helmet is about to break. Come here. Yeah. Ay. I do like the new models on these. I'm used to the old 116 textures for them, and they were a little bit iffy. These look quite nice. I think we cleared it out. Alright, so this den is now empty and available for us to loot. Now, as you can see, we got like some glowberries and stuff down here, cave vines. But the stuff we're here for, those. Let's take a look what it's got. Alright, so a couple of random pieces of gear here and there. Ooh, got some more muscles. That is nice. Whee! But yeah, let's see what else we got. We got a few more of the source gems. Not too worried about that. And we got some Wilden Spikes. Now these are very useful because these are necessary to make some of the glyphs that we don't have just yet. Not a whole lot else useful from this. Some stuff for other mods and whatnot, but nothing outstanding. Hopefully the other chests will be a bit better. Oh, there's another one right there. Alright. Let's see, we got some Wilden Wings. Those are very useful for the same reason as the spikes. And got some of these augmented arrows, that's nice. Not a whole lot in that either. I was hoping we'd get a bit luckier here, but it looks like we might be... looks like we might be a bit on the unlucky side today. Yeah, I see you. Alright, so we got some source berries, which are very good. I don't know if I already have those or not. We might already have those. But if not, that is a very good find. Got a special book as well. See, it looks like it gives us a Strider. Interesting. Hello. Oh, you knocked me off the platform. I'm sorry, buddy. I did not know I would accidentally click on you. Alright, let's get the last of that loot. And then there is actually another one of these structures that we marked out a little bit further south here. Yeah, all the way down here. So hopefully that will have a bit better loot. I almost forgot. One of the great things that you can get in here is actually this ritual brazier that is tucked inside the center here. Awesome. I think we can craft those too, can't we? Yeah, we can craft them. But it is handy to get them because they are a little expensive. Alright, and we are here now. You can see pretty much the exact same structure. Probably the same enemies. Oh, we got different ones inside now. These guys are dangerous. Go ahead and get that shield ready. Let's bring you to me, how about? Yeah. Come here. Stop running, fool. Eee. See, sometimes they'll shoot those... Yep, just... just like that. Aye. Yep. That hurts a little bit. Ooh, sweet berries. Don't think I have those. I don't want to take on more than, like, one at a time, so if I can go ahead and, like, target one out and kind of just bring it to me. Yep. Like that, yep. Oh, stop going that way. You know what? We'll go around. There they are. Yep, you come here. You know what? Maybe this guy will be better combated via magic. Let's go ahead and set up a bit of a harming spell. Do that. And he's gonna do his little explosion thing. That one's going to as well. Alright, sounds like they're done. There we go, that guy's down. Kind of spray spells in there, you know, it's fine. God, that is so loud. Alright, is that all of them? I'm gonna tentatively believe that that is all of them. Oh, nope, there's one more guy right there. Alright, now let's see what this place has for loot. More dungeons gear and whatnot. Another one. Okay. Ooh, there we go. That's the kind of things I'm looking for. Some Wixie shards, very, very helpful. And also this tablet of zapping. So this is part of a ritual, and we'll be looking into rituals a little bit more at a later time, as there's a couple of them that are going to be very useful to us. But right now I don't quite have the infrastructure for that, so we're just going to throw all that in my backpack. Alright, what do we get from this one? Oh, actually, that's pretty handy. Gives us a little speed boost. Got a music disc, got another one of our casting crystals. We are actually maxed out on how many we can have slotted at once, though. But it is always handy to have backups. Otherwise, not a whole lot of interest, but at least we did... Ooh, I did get another shard there. I just missed that. Where'd that go? There it is. Yeah, we got some more Starbuncle shards, so that's great. I'm happy to get that without all the fuss. So yeah, that'll do for these. Let's head back to base. And now with that done, let's move on to a couple of these smaller objectives. I think the easiest one to knock out super fast is going to be texturing the barn roof up here. Because really, all it should need is a sprinkling of the bricks and stairs, so it's just not quite so flat and textureless. So let me grab a few blocks, and then we'll just sprinkle them up here, you know? A boop, boop, boop. A doop, doop, doop. Boop, shaboop. Doopy doop. And there you have it. Quick and easy. Just need to sprinkle in some extra blocks, make it a little less flat looking. Just kind of change up the shape ever so slightly. I didn't want to go too overboard because I like the general curve look of it. A little bit better to look at now. Matches the other roof quite a bit nicer. So I think that's pretty good. I probably should actually run through there and crack a few more of those bricks. Maybe like a couple there. Running down through here. Just adds a little bit extra texture and makes it a little bit more worn and aged looking. Yeah. A few here and there, you know? Perfect. Break a couple of those. Yeah, nice little line like that. Oop, get that brick. Maybe one there, one there. Leave the rest. Yeah. Awesome. So, with that checked off our list, let's move on to the next one. I want to get a little POI set up on the road. And let's talk about POIs. What the heck am I wearing? Alright, didn't realize I put that on. That's fine, that can stay. Anyways, let's talk about POIs in this world real quick. So a POI, or rather a point of interest, is a game development term that is usually referring to some kind of object or location or other thing that would be of interest to a player. It can be part of your main quests, it can be part of just the background, something that might intrigue a player and give them reason to stop. Things like jungle temples and nether fortresses, technically these are points of interest in and of themselves in Minecraft, and we are going to be taking that same concept and applying it to our world. We're going to be making our own custom little places of interest. Usually the main ones are going to be the kind of thing that we're on episode to episode, but the smaller ones like this kind of dot in here and there, and they make the world feel so much more alive. Look at this. We built up a little wrecked carriage on the side of the road. I just kind of slapped it together. It took me about 40 minutes or so. I really obsess over tiny details, like got little bits of the canopy here just on the ground or the canvas. And yeah, I think it looks pretty great. You know, the sides are kind of rotting out. You know, the wheel had fallen off, and back in the day, people were trying to figure out, you know, when they were stuck here, how to get back on. They ended up supporting up the thing to try to get on, but they just couldn't do it with the tools they had. If we hop on top here, you know, we've got actual seats that they would be able to sit in and, you know, have their horses pull it. Probably like a 2-horse or 4-horse carriage. You know, it's still got some of the crates and stuff inside as well. Presumably they've been looted over the years as this is sat here. I'm not sure how long exactly this is supposed to have sat here. It looks like it's been at least a little while. But we did put some of our copycats into use here. Actually, we put a lot of them into use, and you'll notice we actually have some new shapes here. I went ahead and installed a few more mods between clips, and now we have a stupid amount of copycats. And I'll be honest, I have mixed opinions. You know, on the one hand, it kind of makes things a little too easy in terms of like detailing. It can take away from the Minecraftiness of it to some extent, but I think we can use it carefully enough that it will fit nicely. I've always been one that has absolutely detested things like frame blocks and slopes and that kind of stuff. But every now and then I do just see builds that look good with them. And so I decided, screw it. I'm going to go outside my comfort zone. I'm going to try using some of these less blocky blocks, and we'll see what we can do with them. Some of the capabilities with these are just absolutely insane too, but we'll get more into that later. But yeah, I think this whole thing came together quite nicely. It's just a spot of detail along an otherwise relatively boring road. And yeah, so if we ever come back through here, we'll be able to stop by and say hi to it, yeah? Kind of cute. But for now, I think we'll get back to the rest of our task list. Alright, we'll check this off and return back to our triple farm. I'm running very short on time, so we're going to get this knocked out real quick. Really, the only thing we have to do at this point is add these funnels, and it should be running. So let's hop up here. Oop, there we go. A little hard to get through there, but let's see. So this is pretty much the setup we got here. It is just a bunch of these extruders that are going to be spitting out onto this belt, and it's going to run through here. We look with the cam, it just comes straight outside of the cliff and into our machine. It's really just that simple. We have a couple of crushing wheels on this particular setup, just so a very small percentage of it gets turned into gravel before running into the main crushers, and then those will get turned down into sand. So let's go ahead and start setting these up. And yep, there's the gravel streaming in, there's the cobblestone. So there's definitely more being produced than is currently being consumed. So I might actually see about switching these out to the brass version, so that way they come out in stacks. I think that would be a little bit more efficient. Right now they're just going one by one into these crushing wheels, and I think maybe we set them out in groups of like 8 or 16, that'd be a little better, because these chutes can move 16 at a time. That would probably be best. But as you can see, it's already working quite well. You know, the items are dropping straight onto the belt, getting picked up almost immediately, and then getting brought out to our drawers, which are invisible in free cam. Interesting. Oh yeah, that is looking good. Look at that stuff dropping out. It looks so active. And if we take a look at it from above, oh, that is just awesome. I think I could speed up the belts too, because it doesn't look like many at all are actually reaching that last crushing wheel. Means we're pretty much wasting our stress capacity right now. So yeah, let's see about increasing our belt speed and see if that helps. Alright, so this might be a bit weird, but what I ended up doing, actually, rather than adjusting the belt speed, is I did go ahead and make those brass funnels, and I set them up so the one that's going to turn them into gravel here produces 8 per, and then these two also produce 8 at a time, but then these two produce 4 at a time, and it seems to make a bit of a nice cadence to it, so it's not overflowing our machine here, and it's just enough coming out at a time that it looks busy. So I think that's pretty good. Is it the best use of our brass right now? Well, probably not, but it looks great, and it is producing a crazy amount of gravel, which is the main thing we're going to need when we start building our trains. So, that is awesome. Oh no, oh dear, oh wait, oh no, oh, okay, chill out, nope, oh dear, oh dear. I think we may have hit our maximum for, how much we can store here. Come on. Okay, we need some upgrades, This problem's only going to get worse until we get some upgrades. Alright, we've only got 9 emeralds to our name, but we are using one of them, or 2 of them, rather, for this, because we need that gravel, and it is, oh god, it is backing up so fast. Okay, yep, clear up. Nothing to see here. Nothing at all. There we go, that is much better. Excellent. No more backups. And that should be it. So, if we pop back out here, yeah, as we can see, we've got cobblestone piling up again, and nothing is getting backed up along our track now. Ultimately, what we had to do is we had to add another one of these extruders, and this one I actually set to 2, so that way it adds a little bit more onto our belt, and then, yep, as you see there, it goes right off the end every so often. It's not super common, and that's okay, because we really don't need that much cobble. Most of it's being refined here, but a little bit's going to be piling up here, and eventually we will have way more than we could ever use. And frankly, these extruders, yeah, see, I've already got a couple more. These extruders are very cheap, so no real concern there if we need to make more in another place. But yeah, that is that farm complete. Let's check that off our list. So I've just got enough time to show you one last little feature here. Possibly the coolest mod in the entire pack, straw statues. And I know, it looks super basic. Yeah, that's cool. It's a scarecrow. Yeah, anyway, no. This is like an armor stand, but like 30 times better. And actually, there's a mod I have on here by the same developer that also made some modifications to the armor stands. So if we actually crouch and click on this guy, we get a whole massive list of options. And let me tell you, this thing is freaking awesome. So if we look in here, we'll just go through page by page really quick. We can adjust rotations of various parts of the skeleton here. So like we can move arms around, the head. We can change like the angles everything's at. We can go into like pre-built poses and stuff. So like if I want a really serious dude here, you know, that looks great. I can give him a custom name if I want to have him name something. So like let's call him Bobby. Right? And then if I actually click show name, cool, now he has a name above his head. I could do that. I could make him have like a little message here being like, hello, stranger. And now it's like he's greeting you. He's like he's got a little speech bubble above his head. Now, we can do a ton of other things here, but what's really freaking cool about this, and why this is by far my favorite mod in this entire pack, is if I type in a player's username, holy crap, look at that. It's me. I've cloned myself. And what I can do now is I can go and set this in, you know, whatever the poses I want or whatever, and I can leave these guys all over the world, and I can use any name and skin in the entire Minecraft database, basically. You know, what if I want Jeb in here, you know? Like, cool, hello. You can, like, disable individual elements of the skin, just like you would be able to a normal skin, like you can disable the cave, all that kind of stuff. It's just freaking awesome. And it gets even cooler. Let's call this guy John for a moment, see what that comes up with. That works. Decent looking skin. Oop. Go ahead and keep your beard on there, bud. We can also do micro adjustments to like its position and such. If I want to move it around a little bit, I can make bigger ones as well. But as you can see, he is currently affected by gravity, so we can actually go into, yep, this page right here, and disable gravity if I want to do something kind of crazy looking, like make it look like he's jumping in the air or something, right? All types of crazy stuff. And we can even put armor and stuff on these guys and give them things in their hands. Look at that. Let's bring you back down to earth, bud. Perfect. Look at him. Now we've got a dude here that looks like he might be some kind of like, you know, city guard or something, or maybe an adventurer starting out on some kind of an epic quest. And there's just a stupid amount of cool things you can do with this. Unfortunately, they are a bit laggy, so I can't use too many of them. Otherwise, I will absolutely crash this world. But I will absolutely be dotting these guys all over the place. So, like, we're just do a little bit of work here real quick. Move his arm out just a touch. Actually, yep, that one right there. And then if we take his helmet off, all right, looks pretty good, pretty good. But we can actually chain these together with the armor stands. Let's go ahead and put that there, put the helmet on. And look, we get the same menu for the armor stands as well. Frickin' awesome. So let's go ahead and make this disable the gravity, make it invisible real quick, and then go to our positioning. Look at that. Now it looks like our fellow here is actually carrying around his helmet. Isn't that just neat? Like, this makes this feel so real. Like, there's just a dude walking through, you know, carrying his helmet on the side. Maybe he just came back from some kind of a quest and he's chilling out. Maybe he's preparing to travel down the road and actually go do something. You know, it's just, oh, I can't even put it into words how cool this is. You know, there's all types of things we can do with these. You know, let's say we make this other guy, let's name him Timber. Let's call him Timber. That'll work. Interesting roguelike skin. I definitely didn't look at that name beforehand to make sure it wasn't an inappropriate skin or anything. But, you know, let's throw a coin in his hand and maybe we can give him some kind of pose. Look at that. He's examining his loot that he just got. Isn't that just awesome? And we can do all types of even crazier things with this. Like, we go into this page. We can give them, you know, the slim arms and stuff as usual. We can make them crouch. But we can also make them small. Look at that! Like a little baby dude now. And this one gets a little into the realm of insane. We can actually just flat out adjust their scale. Look, I can make this dude minuscule. Like, look at the height difference here. He comes up to like my hip. And it stacks with the small option. Look at that, he's like 3 pixels tall. Isn't that freaking cool? So we could make like our own little race of like really, really tiny individuals. Or we can go in the complete opposite direction. And look at that. Now we have giants as well. I mean, look at this thing. I come up to his hip now. So yeah, that is by far one of the coolest mechanics we're going to have in this game. We're going to use these guys pretty much in as many places we can afford before our computer sets itself on fire. So yeah, I love these things. There's one more cool thing I can do with this. I don't just have to use skins I randomly find by typing in or by using like some kind of seed or a skin indexer online. I can actually set my own skin if I decide that I need, say, like some dude that looks like a knight, just like as a basic skin, if I don't have like armor pieces or whatever I want to throw them, I can change my skin on the website, reload the world, enter, drop down my straw statue, place him, and then as soon as I exit out of the GUI, I can switch my skin back, and it doesn't change it. It actually, like, saves the skin data to the straw statue, and reloading the world does not break it. They will stay indefinitely until you manually go and change the skin again. So I can literally just load a stupid amount of skins up, and I can just make an entire world of people here. Isn't that cool? Like, that's awesome. Except I suck at making skins, so that's going to be a problem. But as cool as all that is, I am unfortunately out of time for today, and probably for a good minute, because I need to finish moving and getting everything packed up. So wish me luck on that. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.